North Carolina High School Athletic Association Commissioner Davis Whitfield. Davis, we're here at the Greensboro Regionals, the Western Regionals for the State Association for basketball. Tell us a little bit about what it takes to put this event on, as far as the association and obviously the Western event as well, and just in the speak of the significance of the regionals and the entire championship events for the association.
Well, this takes a great deal of coordination, obviously from a facility standpoint, but not only that, from also a personnel standpoint to run this type of championship. Some people think we show up and it just happens, but that's certainly not the case. We've got to make sure the facility's ready, the stage, if you will, for these young athletes to compete and to showcase their talents. And our East and West Regionals is the next step to that state championship experience, and this is a wonderful venue here in Greensboro. We've got a wonderful venue in the East in Fayetteville, and we have nothing better to do than to showcase the talents of our young athletes.
Correct, and your experience and your background with the ACC is with championships, so you're no stranger to putting on events like this. What have, maybe when you took over as commissioner, did you evaluate the way things were done and put your own touch to the way the championships are today?
One of the things that we wanted to do is really to brand the NCHSAA. We wanted to make sure that when folks came to one of our championship events that they knew it was an NCHSAA event and not just an NCHSAA event at the Greensboro Coliseum or the Special Events Center, etc. We wanted it to be an NCHSAA event. So I think we've made some strides, made some steps as it relates to branding the NCHSAA and making sure that folks know they're at a state championship.
Now we're here at Greensboro today. Speak a little bit of maybe some obstacles or some roadblocks that you guys have to face with having an event at the same building simultaneously with the ACC Women's Tournament. Was that any parking issues or any other logistical issues that were maybe a little bit of a nightmare for you guys?
No, the company does a tremendous job with that. They've got plenty of parking here, so that's not necessarily an issue now. Where you park, especially on a day like today with the ACC Championship going on, as well as I think they've got a swimming event going on, so you may not park as close to the building as you want to, but they've got plenty of parking. They do a wonderful job with their operation. So to me, it's about creating excitement in and around basketball and certainly our young people, and I think we're a part of that excitement here in Greensboro.
Well, the Association Regionals is definitely more exciting now than it's ever been. I mean, the level of competition here on the court, as well with all these thousands of fans in the seats. I mean, it's a terrific event, obviously, for the kids as well. Is there any way that the association takes this to a higher level and makes this even bigger in years to come?
Well, I think we're always looking for ways to make it bigger and better, and certainly any input is appreciated. But we're always looking for ways to improve it, make it better for our student athletes, because that's why we exist. So if there are ways that we can do that, we certainly want to take a look at those, and if it makes sense, we'll certainly implement those.
Great. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule today to speak with us, and we appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. For CarolinaPreps.com, I am Chris Hughes. Okay, I'm here in Greensboro with the Charlotte Observer sports writer Langston Wertz. Langston, obviously you're no stranger to high school coverage. You've been covering basketball and football and all prep sports in North Carolina for over 20 years now. The basketball in the state's obviously grown. I mean, it's a big-time deal. It's probably almost at that level of big-time football, if not already there. This is a big stage here in Greensboro. How do you feel the regional championships and all have grown over the years, and what's your recollection of everything?
Well, I remember the regionals used to be in Hickory years ago, and everybody kind of felt that Hickory was the regionals were outgrowing Hickory, and then they moved into Winston, and now they moved into Greensboro. I actually like Greensboro as a host site. I don't mind the facilities so much. I just wish we had a little bit of change in the organization of them. Maybe work to a Final Four has been a suggestion instead of having a regional championship here, get into a Final Two. But I think they're pretty close to what they're doing right now. I just think that the ticket price at $9 to get in the parking at $8 is too much. That's the only thing I really changed.
Right, and I definitely agree with you. I know a lot of other people are in agreement. A lot of media members. We've had discussions all week. Greensboro has always prided itself as a championship city. You look at the NCAA tournaments, the ACC championships. What about the finals, the State Association finals in the Coliseum or in this city? What would you think about that?
I think that's perfect because Greensboro is the center of the state. I think right now by having all the championships in the East, you give those Eastern teams an advantage. In soccer, there's always a Sanderson or a Broughton in the finals. That's a home game for them. Millbrook gets to a state basketball championship. That's a home game for them. Let's have it in Greensboro a little bit. I think this is a perfect venue for basketball. You have girls here in the annex. You have boys in the Coliseum, block off the top part. And it's right here in the center of the state. I think it'd be perfect.
Right. And also Charlotte. I mean, you look at some of the absolute best teams in the history of North Carolina basketball, West Charlotte being one of them. A lot of teams out of Charlotte. How do you think a championship, maybe not the state championships, but the Western regionals would fare in Charlotte, whether it be Bojangles Arena or UNC Charlotte or Davidson?
I think they'd be very well received. I mean, Charlotte has, plenty of hotel rooms. There's a lot of interest, a lot of media interest. The association will get a huge media boost there. I think that'd be great, but I think the regionals probably should be in Charlotte and then have the states here. That seems like the best recipe to me.
Absolutely. The championship weekend's wrapping up. West Charlotte's obviously, they knocked off Olympic, which was one of the favorites coming in. Where do you see this West Charlotte team maybe stacked up against some of the greats of the past?
No, they don't stack up to the greats of the past. This is a very young team. They're looking for leadership at the point guard. They got a great center in Kennedy Meeks, but no, they're not ready to take on the Danny Manning teams of old and the West Charlotte teams of old. No, they're not ready for that.
All right. Well, hey, Langston, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. All right, for Carolina Preps, I am Chris Hughes.